And for more insight, we're now joined by Thomas Smoan. He's the CEO of the largest organ recovery agency in the United States called One Legacy. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Your organization receives some 1,200 organs per year. You say that's a 60% increase over the past 6 years. And for our viewers who aren't familiar with organ donation, give us a 30-second version. How does it work?
Well, in the U.S., each hospital in the U.S. sends or phones the organ procurement organization like One Legacy when they have a patient who suffered a severe neurological injury and is on a ventilator. And we monitor that patient, and if the patient tragically does not survive and becomes brain dead, we work with the family to share that person's prior registration to be a donor, or to ask that family if they would like to share the gift of life. And if they do, we work with them and the transplant centers to make sure those organs get to the next patient on the list who needs it the most.
I want to take you through some numbers. This is the number of organ donors per million people. The higher the number, the more organ donors there are. And here in the Americas, Costa Rica has the highest number. It's followed by Mexico, the United States, Canada, and Trinidad and Tobago. In Asia and Oceania, the Republic of Korea leads the way. Japan, New Zealand, and Australia follow. Numbers for China aren't available because the system there is still changing, but the numbers for Europe, Turkey, the Netherlands, Cyprus, Sweden, and the United Kingdom. So the question here, what are the challenges of getting people to become organ donors?
Well, first and foremost, we have to help people understand that organ donation is not about death and the loss of life. That tragically happens. It happens to all of us at some point. And a rare few of us have the opportunity to make something good come from that and leave a legacy that can allow other lives to be saved. And I think positioning this and sharing this message that organ donation is only associated with the opportunity to make something good happen by saving life, we can help people choose to do this. And this is what's really led to the significant increase in donation in the U.S., where now 75% of people who could be a donor at the time of their death actually do become donors.
Thomas, in a country like the United States, some organs on the black market can be sold for up to $150,000. How difficult is it to find a black market organ, and why can't regulators around the world stop it?
Well, that conjecture of $150,000 price tag for an organ has come out of a couple of cases of individuals who were found as brokers for living donors from overseas, who essentially created false relationships between these donors who were really vendors selling their organs to a recipient. The most recent case was a case prosecuted in Brooklyn, New York, and the individual was given 2.5 years sentence in jail for this, as well as paying back the funds that he received. So it is an extremely rare circumstance. Unfortunately, the system is very rigorous in tracking donors and transplants, and the oversight in hospitals and organ procurement organizations is such that this case was ferreted out relatively easily, and the individual was put to jail. So I would say it's very hard to get a black market organ in the United States. While we know there are challenges in the world, it's very hard here.
All right, Thomas Smoan from One Legacy, thank you so much for joining us from San Francisco.